MC Corporate Services Private Limited, MCCS, is one of Singapore's leading corporate secretarial firms, headed by Helen Campos, a trusted lawyer and chartered secretary, with over 20 years of experience in all aspects of regional and global corporate advisory and business consulting services. With a team of qualified and experienced professionals, MCCS offers comprehensive one-stop shop expertise and personalized service for incorporations, corporate secretarial, shareholders agreements, accounting and tax services.
My name is Helen Campos. I'm a fourth generation Indian from India. I've been born in Singapore. I'm a Singapore citizen. Attended all the local schools, and I did my education, the bulk of my education in Singapore. The focus when I was growing up at that time was education. It was like the most important thing. My mom instilled in us the value of an education. My dad was a school teacher, so that further imposed on us the importance of an education. My grandfather, when he came to Singapore, he was a lecturer in the Teachers Training College, which is now known as IE Singapore. And he was a teacher in RI, Raffles Institution. I did my law degree as well. I got called to the London Bar. I'm a barrister. And then I came back to Singapore. I got called to the Singapore Bar as well. I'm also a chartered secretary. Been working for 18 years before I started up my own business. I worked in Deloitte's. I worked in the law firms such as Rodak and Davidson. In Karawang and Partners, I was there for a few years. I was a partner in their corporate division and head of their corporate secretarial practice. Subsequently, an offer came along and in another setup. It was with some old colleagues from Deloitte that had set up this audit practice. So I joined them. It was actually quite a successful venture. When we first started, they had a certain number of clients, and by the time I left about 3 years later, it had more than doubled. It went up 300% in terms of clientele. So it was a very successful business venture. Around that time, there was also the changes in the law which made auditing firms come out to be sole audit practices only. So with that, we came to a situation where I had to make a decision to strike out, and I did striking out. Main thought in our minds was, this has to succeed. This business has to succeed, and we want it to succeed. So it was with passion, enthusiasm, a lot of drive and hard work to make sure that we didn't fail. At that point in time, when I came out, I was thinking I'll just do corporate secretarial and work hard at it. It was an area in which I knew very well. I was confident about the work in terms of the technical skill set. I think that was not an issue. A lot of other things became an issue in terms of, running your own business, getting an office space, equipping it, getting staff, running operational issues on a day-to-day business, not the technical skill sets of knowing how to do the work. We knew how to do the work. The work was fine. Delivering clients' deliverables was not the issue. It was the other aspects that was challenging, and we learned. Some of the challenges obviously would be meeting our clients' expectations, not only in the work, but in the deliverables to them. Okay? Sometimes we do have issues whereby they could be difficult, but we have to deal with this. Going beyond, doing that extra mile to satisfy them, to keep them with us. These are the challenges you face in a service industry. A lot of competition. So you have to be one up. You have to be better, and you have to be faster off the blocks. Price is one thing, but a lot of it is also what you can do for your client. One of the reasons in which we have succeeded to this extent is really our value add and our competitive pricing. If you were to compare us with the thousands outside, okay, there's a lot to be said about it. But in our firm, we are not too worried about our competition of a certain category of people. We are more concerned about keeping up with the pace of changes in our area of work. In our area of work, being in Singapore, the laws change, like the company law. That's what we specialize in. Company law changes. The rules to the stock exchange changes, because we also serve clients whose shares are listed on the stock exchange. So we've got to keep abreast. So for us, the challenges in the job is not only serving the client, retaining the client, being competitive, it's also keeping up with the knowledge, the fast changing knowledge that's out in the market. We need to be abreast. We need to know what it is and how to deal with it and how to apply it. At the same time, teaching the staff how to cope with this. Many people run corporate secretarial practices. We do it as well. We are successful in this business is because we add a lot of value to our clients when they come through our doors. We don't just say, okay, you want to form a company, just do ABC. We tell them about the legal requirements, we tell them about the tax implications, we advise them about the structure that they could possibly take. For example, they wanted to do an investment company. So we give a lot of value add. Experience and knowledge that we've garnered having worked in the Big Four, in the bigger establishments prior to setting up the business. Overall, in 9 years, we have been very successful. There have been some areas that we felt that could have been handled better. Say we were not afraid. There were several things that we had to decide on as we expanded. We had more offerings for our clients, new office space that we take up, more staff that we bring in. All these are risks and challenges. We took it. Setting up a back office is one of them that we have done and it's come out well. And we're doing another. When you start a business, it's like a baby and you see your baby growing. So you're very attached to it, you see. You don't mind the hours that you put in. One is passion. You want to see it succeed. It's your commitment for deliverables, that you've taken on certain jobs, certain projects for clients. You've given your word that you will make sure it's done, so you do it. And as you grow bigger and bigger, you carry on this team. We are not a firm that just provides the services. We are very business orientated. We understand the challenges that they face because we are business people ourselves. So we can give far more value, and I say this confidently because the directors in this firm are qualified. They're very knowledgeable. We all come from big firms previously, working many years. With all this that we have, we are able to offer our clients Big Four expertise, you may put it, but at competitive pricing. This is our niche. This is what our tagline really is. The business grew far more than we expected, to be honest. It grew through hard work, determination, a lot of passion for the work. It became not only a corporate secretarial firm after 1 year in 2007 when we started. 2008 we set up another arm, which was the accounting division. And that was in January of 2008. And by end 2008 we set up another firm, which was the consultancy arm. So then we had 3 companies, and moved on. The following year we added a tax arm. So there was a huge variety of offerings on our table, on our menu card. We could do a lot of things, right? We were specialized in this area of work. We knew what we were doing, and we grew from strength to strength. One of the main reasons I think that we're successful is that because I am here in Singapore for MC Corporate Services type of business, which is to set up companies, to register businesses, to do accounts and taxation advice. An ideal place to do this is Singapore. The government encourages a lot of people to come into Singapore to set up businesses, right? So we do that work. We set up the businesses for them. So what better support than to have the government encouraging outsiders come to Singapore, do business. One of our plans for expansion also includes the provision of a service office. We have set up that service office last year, and it's rolled out and it's ready to go. This is part of a group. It's called the V-Office Services. We're expanding. We have opened up a new office in Indonesia, recently registered, right? It'll be part of the MC group. hoping to capture the Indonesian market as well. This is one of the plans that we have, and we have already executed it. I measure my success by how well my kids have done in their lives. They've grown up to be educated, balanced, God-fearing, good children. You know, if I can achieve all this, then to me, I have been successful. And I thank God for blessings. I look at the success, aside from the business growing, I look at success in my ability to give back to society, to contribute. I have now taken, over the past few years, a more active role in projects that are close to my heart. For example, underprivileged kids, orphan kids, single moms programs offered by the community. We partake in this, give talks, raise funds. This is some amount of satisfaction that I get back by doing these things. So this, to me, is success. There isn't just one moment that I could say is the happiest moment. I think there have been a series of moments in my life so far. It's not only the success of the business. Of course, that gives me great satisfaction, my business. Following up from the work aspect is also the opportunity that comes out from this. Sitting on boards, you know, trusts and charities, we sit on a number. Personally, I sit on them. My firm and the partnership is also very generous in when we deal with them. We do a lot of pro bono work. If you want to strike out on your own to do a business, you need to know what is it you want to do. Do your research, you know your product well, and have a passion for it. You know, if it's driven by money, I think it's going to be quite difficult. If it's driven by experience and hard work, the money will come subsequently. There is a goal set that we want to reach, but we should enjoy the ride to reach that goal. That's one thing I've learned.